Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel we take a look at different stocks and we map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with this channel. Now, just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. And I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use that to start an account and you'll get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could go ahead and use that, start an account, and you'll get 1 free stock. Just to let you guys know, we will be doing at least 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is Friday, August 27th, 2021. And you can see here the S&P 500 is up a lot today, up 0.86%. The Dow is up 0.68%, and the NASDAQ is up over 1% at 1.19%. And the market today is very green because we heard from Jerome Powell this morning, and he did not say anything about tapering just yet. He said maybe at the end of the year. So the market reacted very positively about that, and we're having a very green day today, and I hope everyone's making a lot of money. So let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. This one is green on the day. It is Nano Dimension. And today it is trading at $6.10 at the time of this recording. It's up 21 cents on the day, which is the equivalent of about 3.66%. In the past week, this stock is up over 7%. In the past month, it is down a little under 5%. Okay? So in the past 3 months, we've seen this stock have a pretty big correction here. It's down over 16% in the past 3 months, but in the past year, it's still up over 250%. So it's been kind of a roller coaster ride with this stock in the past year here. Taking a look at the chart, you could see that this was a penny stock just back in April of last year. It was around 50 cents to $1. And now you could see the big run up on the chart here. It traded all the way up to around $17.89. We hit that 52-week high on January 26th of earlier this year. So the beginning of the year we hit that. And, you know, that was a big run up for this stock. Not a lot of consolidation on the way up. So you can always expect when you see a stock go up like that very quickly with no consolidation on the way up, you can expect it to come back down and consolidate in those areas that it did not on the way up. So it was no different with this stock. That's why you're seeing, you know, the big drop and the volatility in this stock, because there was no consolidation when it went parabolically up in a short period of time here. So looking at the chart, like I said, the 52-week high was $17.89. It did not stay in that area very long. It just went up there and then pretty much just dropped a couple weeks after it was in that area. So we have a resistance area is going to be around $16.75. You could see that we got above that area briefly on intraday, but we did not close a day out above that area. We did open a couple days above that area, but we were never able to close a day out above there. So that's my top resistance point that I want to see this stock get back up to. We're going to want to close above there and hold if we want to see it break this all-time high here of $17.89. Okay, now going down the chart, my first support area was around $11.50 to 60 cents here. You could see on the way up it did have a little trouble breaking that resistance point, and that is why now after it dropped down and then had a nice bounce here, that acted as resistance at $11.60. So that's going to be a very important price point in the future if it does get back up to this area, that we're going to want to see this thing break again, because we had that bounce, and that was back in March after the initial drop, and we couldn't break the $11.60 area. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye on that in the future once we get back up to that level. That'll be an area of value that we need to look at. But going down our chart, you could see we have another resistance point here of $9.40. So anywhere in the region of $9.40 to maybe $9.50 here, that is going to be resistance going forward. Okay, so hopefully when we do get back up to here, you could see we did have a couple bounces, and we got up to that area and we got rejected off of there. And the main thing to look at here is these two candles right here. This one, where you could see the wick going up to that blue line, and this one where the wick goes up to that blue line. Those are price rejections at that price point. So $9 and around 40 cents here. I could actually move that down. We'll call it $9.30. That's going to be a big area in the future if we get back up to there, that we're going to need to see this stock break, okay? Because we have two clear rejections at that price point. So keep an eye on that in the future when we get back up to that area. Going down our chart, I have another support line, and that's going to be around $6.50. We saw a couple bounces off of this support line just recently. We had one back in March where the initial drop, and then we had a bounce and a recovery, and then we returned back to that area, had another bounce here in April, okay, and that's when we got rejected off of that $9.30 area, only to fall back down and fall below our support line here at $6.50, or $6.60 it looks like there. Okay, and we briefly dropped below there. We lost our 200-day moving average back in May, in the beginning of May, for about a week here, maybe 2 weeks, and then we regained that 200-day moving average, moving up back up to that $9.30 area where we got rejected again. Okay, and then we dropped, returned back below our support line here at $6.60. to our final support on our chart, which is around $5.42. You can see that's held up as support, and even just recently we have been able to hold that there, even though we broke our uptrend line that we have here in the green. You could see this green line representing our uptrend that we were on, and it goes through the lows of the May low right here that it made during this correction. So it's been on this uptrend since September of last year, so about a year. And we connected it with the low here of the correction in May, and we just recently broke that uptrend here back in the middle of July. So once you see it break an uptrend like that, like it did, you could expect more downside risk, and that did happen here, dropping all the way down to this $5.40 support line here. But we did have a bounce off of that. So hopefully we can recover off of this support, testing this support out again after the low in May. And now here we are today, just retesting it again. But another thing I want to point out on the chart is our downtrend line. This red line that I have here is the downtrend it's been on since hitting those all-time highs. So that's been acting as resistance since around February here. And you could see when we traded up to there in the middle or the end of June, we got rejected off of our trend line. So that's when I started this trend line here. And right now we are currently trading right at our trend line. And it looks like just today, with the gains we have today, it might bring us above our trend line. So you could see we've never closed above this trend line here since February. So this would be huge if we do close the day out above there. You could see we did get above there yesterday, but we quickly sold off. So to hold above there and close above there would be very big for this stock, and maybe start some momentum here. As you could see, the descending triangle into support here, and now it looks like we are breaking out of this support. or this resistance here, and hopefully starting a new rally to the upside. Okay, and also to point out, when we did break our trend, we lost our 200-day moving average here right before that, and our 50-day moving average here in the blue. You could see our 200 is in the yellow, and our 21-day moving average we lost also here in the light blue. Okay, but we are right now trading back above our 8-day moving average here in the white. You could see that was acting as resistance after hitting that $9.30 area and selling off. That was acting as strong resistance, and now we have gotten above there just this past week, and we are holding above there. Okay, and also we're above our 21-day moving average right now today too. So hopefully we could hold above there and close above there. And then all we will need to do is move up towards this 50-day moving average, and that's been acting as strong resistance throughout this correction also. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully it can gain some momentum and regain those moving averages as we move forward. But everything, it is looking good, breaking this trend. Let's switch over to our weekly chart and see what we could find on there. And as you can see, look at my 200-day moving average on my weekly chart. That pretty much follows my trend line that we've been on, this downtrend, very closely. It almost looks like it's, exactly following it if you zoom out. But, that's going to be strong resistance also, because we've been stuck under there. Even the run up here that we had, in early January here, we still got stopped out by that 200-day moving average on our weekly chart. So hopefully we could, get above that in the future. But let's take a look right now. As you could see, this trend line that I had drawn was following the 50-period moving average on our weekly chart. And when we broke the 50-period moving average, it's no question that we broke our trend line right after that, because they followed each other very closely. But it looks like, even on the weekly chart, we are above our trend line here, and a close above for the week above this trend line would be very nice moving into next week here after the good news from the Fed and the momentum we have today. So it looks like our 8-day moving average here in the white might be acting as resistance as we traded up to there earlier today and sold off a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that as resistance there. And also our 21-day moving average here in the light blue has been acting as resistance also. Okay, so keep an eye on those moving forward. Let's switch over to our 4-hour chart, see what's going on that one. And if you look at our 4-hour chart, you could follow this 50-day moving average in the blue here, and you could see how that's been acting as strong resistance, going back to around the middle or the end of June here in the early July. So it looks like we've recaptured that moving average just recently, about a week ago, and that's acting as support actually right now. So that's also a good sign moving forward too, that we have this 50-day moving average supporting us, and it looks like the 21-day moving average has crossed above the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart too. So that is bullish also, looking at that. So next thing to go up to will be this 200-day moving average here in the 4-hour chart in the yellow. So we'll need to recapture that. And, that's sitting right around our resistance area here. So we'll keep an eye on these things moving forward. Go back to our daily chart, and that's about all I have for this one. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new videos here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.